Support Laneside. Get something cool. Alright guys, here we are back on the lanes with your resident two-hander, the Bearded Beast. As we said before, Wayne and Nick are away this month, so I'm going to be doing the reviews for everybody. And we are looking right now at the special effect. This is the successor to the original effect that came out last year, Hammer's Ball of the Year in 2024. And it's got a lot to live up to, so let's get right into it here. If you look at this ball, the core is the same. It uses the original Huntsman core at 2.47 050 017. So really, when we're comparing this ball to the original, we're looking at cover stock, and there have been a lot of changes in cover stock in the past, even the past few months. But over the last year, you think about where HK22 Cohesion came from. Now we have the HK22 Cohesion Solid at 500, 1,000, 1,500 with compound. This thing actually looks like it's been polished, but it only has compound on it. And you could see in the first shot there how much it hooked from our benchmark spot. So we're going to make a little bit of a move here, see if we can get ourselves dialed in. We're going to make ourselves about a 4-board move here with my feet. Get a little bit more projection. All right. Oh, we got something here. Now, when they were putting this together, their idea was they wanted to make a solid version of the effect, but they didn't want it to be too early, and they didn't want it to be too rolly. You know, when you get a ball that has a big, strong cover on it and a really big core in it, sometimes when you get too much surface on it, you'll find it'll roll forward or it'll read the fronts too much. So they spent a lot of time working on this ball. And they ended up going with a polished surface on it, which is interesting because even with polish on it, if you look back to that little nuclear rating system they have on there, this is still the strongest cover that Hammer has ever made. Even with the compound on it. Sorry, not polish. So you can see I moved again there. We're pretty close. This ball is really continuous for such a big core. You know, 050, 017, you'd think that that ball, once it got through reading the mid lanes, it might roll forward a little bit more. As you know, as I said earlier, no, that polish on it keeps this thing super continuous. But don't worry, if you hit this thing and just take the compound off, it's going to jump to life. You don't have to add a lot of surface unless you're on a ridiculous amount of oil, because this thing is strong. Remember, the core in this thing is one of Hammer's strongest as well. So one of their strongest cores and their strongest cover, period, put together makes a lot of motion. Like, I'm going to move here again because we gotta get rid of that 9-pin. You can see I made another move here. There we go. That was looking pretty nice. So we've made an 8-board move already. 8 boards to get myself lined up. And if you want to know more about the layouts that you see at the beginning of the video, don't forget to pick up my book here, A Modern Guide to Arsenal Construction for Two-Handed Bowlers. It'll help you with your fit, your arsenal construction. It will allow you to understand more about what we do here. It'll actually allow you to understand what the numbers for all these balls mean when you're making an arsenal. So let's get back down to the lanes here. I'm going to throw another one from where I just was, just to show that it wasn't a fluke what we were doing here. A little bit inside, so we know we've got a little bit of room here. Probably looking at about a 4-board miss area. And that's really what you want when you've got a big ball like this. You want to be able to miss in a little bit and have it hold and still carry, obviously trip that 4 out. But you also want to be able to miss right, not have it overread, but still get back to the pocket. It's a really, it's a tough dance because, you know, it's like the people who want the ball to go long and also read the mid lane and also read the front of the lane and also be hooky on the back. They want so much stuff. This ball delivers on a few things. You can see with the compound, it's pretty clean through the front. Like I've kept moving here. I'm now let me count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I am 13 boards. 13 boards left. Holy moly. 13 bores left of where my benchmark is here, and you can see I almost left a 9-pin on that, but I was pretty far in. I was using that shim, so I know I can miss farther outright. Yeah, this ball is pretty interesting. I mean, when they made this, they wanted to make something with exceptional mid lane and an aggressive change of direction, but they also wanted it to be clean through the front. And I think that's what HK, we talk about it all the time, that's what HK22 offers. It offers more length through the front and a little more reaction at the break point. Adding the compound to it has created even more length and even more reaction at the break point. So I think they've successfully made the best sequel to the best ball of last year. That's pretty heady. That is a lot of... oh, look at this. I moved again. It rolled forward and still got the pins out. That's the dynamic core. That's a lot of pressure on this ball, and yet it is living up to what they want it to do. Here's Trebor throwing it left-handed. And just let's watch how it gets down lane, and let's watch how it gets through the pins here. You can see for an asymmetric ball, yeah, I gave it a thumbs up there. For an asymmetric ball, you can see how deep that got through the pins. Not a lot of roll forward from that spot. That means I was in a great spot throwing that. So here we are with the Rattler. We use a ball like this because every company has something with similar core dynamics. It won't necessarily be exactly the same, but every company has something that you can compare this to. So that way you can compare apples to apples. So here we are with the special effect versus the Rattler, and this is, I mean, look at the difference here. You can see feet, I would say about 5 board difference there. The motion down lane is a monstrous difference. Let's watch it again here in slow motion, and this is special. I really like, we call balls special all the time. I like that they held this one, the name special for this one, because this is a big difference. Compared to your benchmark, this is a big improvement on the effect, and the effect was really good. So here we are lane level, once again with the Rattler, and watch, even though my Rattler is pretty fast off the spot down lane, watch the way it goes to the pins here. You can see it splits the 8-9. It's pretty decently continuous. Now let's watch the hammer special effect from lane level here. Let's see where it goes off the deck. This is where we can tell how good a ball is. So you can see, man, it's out hooking it. It even out continued it. That is impressive. We have an asymmetric ball with a short hook window that's more continuous than our symmetrical benchmark ball. Let's watch this again. You can see we can create quite a variety here. Watch the motion. They actually match up. Wow. About the same distance on the lane, but much more hook. Much better through the pins. This ball really is special. And if you've got a chance to try one of these out at a local demo day, I'd really recommend it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a show. So until next time, guys, we'll see you laneside.